Russian forces have begun using improvised counter-drone buggies armed with a weapon made up of 24 barrels that fire shotgun-like ammunition, as well as 6 AK series infantry rifles on a single mount. The cluster of shot-firing barrels highlights how shotguns have become a go-to option for both sides of the conflict in Ukraine to help provide local defense against uncrewed aerial threats, but also the limitations of those weapons in this role. A video from the Russian Ministry of Defense, seen, shows a pair of the new counter-drone vehicles. An accompanying official post on the Telegram social media network says they are based around a chassis taken from an unspecified model of the long-popular 4x4 Lada Niva series. The cluster of 24 barrels is installed on a remotely operated turret on the top of the front of the vehicle's open center frame. Though it evokes the look of a small multiple rocket launcher, a machine translation of the Russian Ministry of Defense's Telegram post says that these shoot buckshot. They could well just be repurposed shotgun barrels. It is unclear how this weapon is aimed. Then there is the manually operated mount at the rear of the vehicle, with the 6 AK pattern guns installed in a row. These look to be 7.62 by 39mm AK-12s based on what can be seen of their features, such as distinctive muzzle devices and front sights. The only aid for aiming the rifles looks to be a large open crosshair-type sight. Other arrangements involving multiple AK series rifles for use against drones, including ones mounted on vehicles, have already been seen in use by Russian and Ukrainian forces in the past. The Russian Ministry of Defense says the new buggies can also employ heat traps, a term typically used to refer to thermal countermeasure capabilities like decoy flares. There are launchers at the front of the vehicles, but what exactly they fire is unclear. Flares could be used to try to blind optics, especially infrared and other night vision cameras, on enemy drones. The daily use of various tiers of drones, including first-person view, FPV, kamikaze types and ones that drop small munitions on their targets, by both Russia and Ukraine, has come to be a central symbol of the ongoing fighting between the two countries. There is now a steady cycle of development of anti-drone countermeasures, and then of new uncrewed capabilities in response, on both sides. The ubiquity of drones has also created a demand for defensive capabilities that can be widely and quickly fielded down to the smallest units. As already noted, the shotgun barrel cluster on the new Russian anti-drone vehicles highlights traditional shotguns, including commercial sporting and hunting types, being widely fielded by both sides of the conflict in Ukraine to help meet these anti-drone needs. Despite their widespread use, questions have emerged about the effectiveness of shotguns, specifically, in the anti-drone role. A video, seen, emerged online earlier this month showing Ukrainian service members testing commercially available shotgun ammunition against small quadcopter-type drones with poor results. A shotgun does not penetrate, does not damage the FPV drone, a Ukrainian service member says at one point in the video. He hit the antenna, on the drone, but it didn't stop him anyway, another individual says in the clip. Firing a burst of shotgun shells at once from a cluster of barrels could help maximize total damage to the target, as well as increase the overall likelihood of scoring hits. However, the effective range of typical buckshot shotgun ammunition, as well as its penetrative capabilities at longer distances, has long been a limiting factor in the battlefield use of shotguns, broadly speaking. As a prime example of this, the U.S. military's abortive late Cold War-era Close Assault Weapon System, CAWS, combat shotgun program notably also involved development of new ammunition types to try to provide better terminal effects at extended ranges. At the same time, engaging small and highly maneuverable drones like FPV kamikaze types with small arms can be a tall order, in general. The U.S. military, among others, has been fielding computerized gun sights on a limited level to help individual shooters better engage uncrewed aerial threats. The Marine Corps has also at least tested another counter-drone system for existing standard infantry rifles that includes an automatically moving buttstock. When it comes to the 24-barrel weapon on the new Russian counter-drone vehicles, there is also a question of how quickly and easily that system can be reloaded after firing. It is important to stress that multiple layers of capabilities would offer the best defense against drones, even just localized attacks by smaller kamikaze types. What the optimal mix of anti-drone systems might be remains a hot topic of debate globally. shotguns and other weapons that fire similar pellet-filled ammunition, like the one that has now emerged on the Russian counter-drone buggies, are still very much in the mix when it comes to protecting against uncrewed aerial threats despite questions about their overall utility. Thanks for watching.